All right. Hopefully microphone's working. All right. Didn't shut itself off. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to it, but sometimes it just decides, I don't want to work immediately, but thankfully it's working this time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to stream. They doing it just for fun? Yeah. Yeah, my mic is... I don't know why it's like this, but it's like it. Gotta love the Bone Lab music. Yeah, it's classic. Classic. Bats are cool. This is true. Alright. There we go. Already have it preloaded. Ready to go. You're gonna see the Disco Diva for sure. Okay. So I was thinking about what we could potentially do to make this look more correct. And one, I think if we're gonna mess up the jaw, we definitely have to mess up other bits of the model too. It only makes sense, you know? So we're gonna have to shred up some bits of the clothes, probably shatter a bit of the leg pieces, maybe miss like an arm or something. This is a new character. I'll let everybody know, for anybody who hasn't seen the past few streams. This is a completely new character that was designed by Cryphobia. They're in chat right now. It's not made for anything in particular. It's just kind of like a stream thing. You know, if you've been following the streams, they're a bit of a I wouldn't say a meme, but they're a character that popped up in stream lore. So we're mostly just making this for fun, you know. But who knows? I might make it a little stream element. Might put it on the shelf down below the actual video capture. That ends up looking good. Maybe she could be burned, like it's from the center and went through in her jaw. That's true, like an ignited type animatronic situation. That could be good. I was thinking it could either be something like that, or they could be like abandoned looking, but with like moss and stuff growing all over them. I don't know. Either way, I have some core design ideas I want to run past y'all. Alright, first of all, I think the head. The head is a major point that we need to change a bit. And I'm thinking the best way we could do that would be to make the actual front bit here essentially like a rubber mask type vibe. So I want to see how that looks real quick first before we go any further. Select loop tools, inner. That's not at all what I wanted. Hold on. Maybe I'll have to select it manually. Oh, that's what's messing it up. Okay. Hold on. Maybe we can do it that wobbly bit. It'll look fine just because it's probably going to be melted anyway, but... You know, alright. And then we select inner boundary. There we go. Microwave. This is important to the stream. That's fair. I don't know how it's important to the stream, but I'll trust you. Assign new. Alright, well now it's like a Phantom of the Opera type thing. But we'll fix it. Hold on. Let's get it looking nice and polished. Alright. Object. Make it like a tan. Ugh. I think because it's going to be a bat, we should probably make it like a darker brown, kind of. See how that ends up looking. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see how I feel about it. First, hold on, let's fix something real quick. We want to make it solid. It's a bit more of a faceplate. Although, honestly... I think we should get a reference from our bat friend. That's true. Should probably do that. Hold on. Let's see. What do I got? you don't know, I'm formerly Ski Memes. Gotcha. Here, let's put a bat in there. And then the actual bat itself. Hi, welcome, Smile Guy. Alright. That's another thing, too, that I noticed from this reference drawing right here, is that actually the head shape is a little more up on the sides, which I think is part of what's making this look kind of whatever. We might do away with the collar. And try and get that fixed instead, but, you know, we'll see. Let's see. Alright, let's adjust the mask a bit. Right now it's looking like a human face melded to whatever's going on here, so we're gonna maybe rough it up and dirty it up a little bit. Noise. Color ramp. There we go. I was the one yapping about One Piece stream. Wasn't that the Wolfgang stream? Yeah, I think so. Alright. Make it a little fleshy-ish. Make it a little bit darker. Got so hard to find the right balance. Alright, and then if we dirty it up a bit. Scale. It's not quite what I want. Do I have UVs? I don't. Gotcha. Object? There we go. That's better. So we need to make it smaller. Her head's kind of supposed to have fur where her collar is. It's like a triangle. Yeah, I'm thinking if we expand these side bits out a bit, it might make it look a little better. And honestly, I'm just gonna delete it. I can bring that back if I want to. Or no, we'll hide it, just in case. It's not quite the tone that I want. Maybe that'll do. Up the detail. Okay. I'm thinking, because it's going to be looking a little more abandoned, this will probably do just fine. And then we just add a bump node. And tie that in. Right, this is like way too small. Okay, that's a bit much. Let's bring it down. Not that down. 05. Maybe 025. Okay. That's a little better looking. Holy moly, it's the mod bass music. Yeah. I added a couple of tracks to the stream playlist. I'm trying to build it out just so that we got extra variety for each stream that we do. This is looking alright for now. Maybe we add subsurface? Subsurface only really looks good in the final product. I'll leave it off for now. Has she been hanging out with Lila? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. But actually, I think if we also do the same thing to the base material, that'll make it look a little better. The white bat! Noise texture. Does it look like white? That looks strange. Oh wait, I didn't want to... Wait, I plugged noise into noise. That's not what we want to do. Color ramp. There we go. Make it... Actually, I could just steal the color. There we go. That's a little interesting looking. Maybe we take down the IOR a bit. Map it a little better. Put it on object. Scale it. Maybe not down. Okay, and then we bring it down just a tad. Just to get a little bit of noise in it. Fun times are very cool, very radical. Yeah, they're pretty rad. Personally hate Funtime Freddy because they ripped Bonnie out of a good role, left them to Bonbon duty. That is true. Has Bonnie... Was that kind of the last time Bonnie was, like, a thing? Because he wasn't in Security Breach either. And then he was relegated to puppet duty in, what you call it? Secret of the Mimic. That's strange. Yeah, actually, he hasn't been in... And then Foxy, even less so. I mean, because they did have Funtime Foxy in that game, but that was probably like the last time that we saw Foxy. Got replaced with Roxy, and the internet lost their freaking mind. Alright. Maybe we do Sheen? But just like a little bit. The tint is controlled by this. Or maybe we crank it up. That doesn't seem to do too much. I think Foxy was in Ruin. Was Foxy in Ruin? I don't think he was. I know someone made a fan Rockstar Foxy model, but other than that. Texture. Normal. And bump. Take that out of there. Crank it all the way up. It's also still very tiny for some reason. Alright. Gotta do more mapping. Okay, there we go. Let me take the randomness down just a little bit so it's more fabric-y. Set it to like 0.1. No, Bonnie was there but dead. Right, yeah, Bonnie was in Ruin. But it was just kind of like, you know, they dredged up the corpse of Bonnie. I don't know if I'd exactly call that an appearance, but in the most technical sense, it is an appearance. Let's go 0.025. Make it a lot more subtle. Maybe make it a little less subtle. 0.005. And then make it a little bit smaller. 125. Crank it up to 1. There we go. Now we can kind of see the felt a little bit. Let's make it a little bit less random. Alright, there we go. That's a proper fabric. Belle doesn't have a lot of lore, but she's our disco diva, it's true. Alright, how does this look? Oh, it's taking a minute. Let's bring it back to rendered, but in a proper view. I think it looks a little better. Adds a little bit of something. Still needs the sides to come out, though. Let's see if I can just, like, drag him. Hold on. Now, I know it won't be this easy, but might as well try it, because if it can be this easy, then I want to do it this way. Pinch. Oh, God. Yeah, no, it's not going to be that easy. Alright, we need to reconstruct just a little bit. Alright. I think the outfit is off. She might be better with a disco sleeve fit. That's true. See, the trouble is these hands. Because the wrist would be here. But that feels like too close for the wrist. Oh, honestly, wait, hold on. Let's see what... Didn't I have wings? Yeah, we had wings. How does it look with wings? It might be this white shirt. This white shirt is throwing me. As disco as it is, it's not quite cohesive. Here, we'll forget about the sides of the face for a minute. Focus on the shirt. Let's experiment. What can we do? We bring it to black. Might be interesting. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. I need to boost the particles again. Viewport, no. Children. Add a 0. There we go. The shirt gives tablecloth. Yeah, the FNAF 1 tablecloth. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. I do think the black helps. Because the trouble with the pure white is it's just like nothing else in the outfit really goes with it. With the black, it's more of a neutral color. It also works better with like bat theming. I think honestly, even that just did it for me. I think that works a lot better. Does the TTS bot still call sharks dolphins? Honestly, hold on. I think I can go back and chat donations to see if it does. Oh no, I can't go back far enough. It probably does though. I'd be willing to bet money on it. It should be an undershirt. The black makes it look nice. Yeah. So then we would get like a cloak or something. Because if it's an undershirt, I don't know. Maybe we adjust these colors too. We make this. Here, I'm gonna save it here just in case I want to revert it. Alright, there we go. Let's see if we set this to red. This to like pink. It's like orange. Nah. It's a nice color scheme, but I think for disco this works a little bit better. Maybe the yellow and the blue are throwing me off though. Like a jack with fire patterns on the bottom, maybe. It's possible. Regardless, this is just like a kind of test character, so I'm not too worried about it looking a little silly. As a whole, I do think that changing it to black makes it look massively more cohesive, though. All right, let's go into model edit. Hold on, I'm going to take away all of this fuzz. There we go. Can we Google disco shirts real quick? That is a good idea. Hold on. Disco shirt. Images. We'll go with, like, I guess women. A lot of these are costumes. Here, let me pull this out. No, I don't want to split windows. I like Opera, but I don't like how it operates sometimes. It's a little interesting about that. Okay, what qualifies as a disco shirt? Do I have... Hold on. Wait, tools, more... No, that's... Where's the option for... Safe search? Yeah, let's turn it on, just in case. Because you never know browsing through Google. Alright. Let's see. What are we thinking? Some of these are a lot more like just outfits. Or not out like costumes. But some of them have like streaks. It seems like baggy button up with the what you call it, the collars. My brother in Christ just put coffee in the freezer. Why would you do that? What are some good disco outfits? I mean, I guess these are more authentic. I don't know what would oh, this is okay, so this is like we could do tassels. Black shirt with purple dots or something. Yeah, it's looking like a lot of like maybe stars was not the pattern. that we should have gone for. Huh. But it's a lot more like baggy, because the problem with what we have right now is it's just like shrink wrapped to the body. So that's probably not helping very much. So maybe we add flowy bits. Maybe that'll do it. Okay, let's, first of all, I want to try something, because after seeing those reference images, maybe we don't do stars. I'm going to take the stars away for a minute, and instead, I'm going to do noise texture, factor, let's bump up the scale. That's not quite what I had in mind, but we can adjust. Bring this to the left, bring it all to the left. Okay, and then scale it down, and then distort it. Maybe that could be something. Maybe this is where we would adjust the white then to a more neutral color. Bo could pull off some shades, to be honest. Plus she's bad too, so yeah, okay. That makes sense. Let's adjust this color. Maybe it does stay black. It would need a better coordinate. Hold on. Object. There we go. Bring the scale way down. Looks like the weather forecast. I think the teal's throwing it off. Yeah, hold on. Let's nuke teal. Bring it a little closer. Or maybe it could also be that it's very, what do you call it? Sharp transitions. So maybe with like more of a tie-dye look. That could be interesting. That kind of feels like a character added for cool factor in the best way, like when shows add a new character to appeal to the youth. Yeah, that makes sense. I think we're onto something here. Maybe we adjust the colors, but I think we're onto something. That's looking pretty good. What does it look like with like even less black? Nah, we still need a bit of a black base. But I do like that. After all the posters of the party room with Richard and Wolfgang, hell yeah. I think I'm liking this adjustment. Shirt's looking pretty Joe-tastic. Joe Mama. Actually, wait, what does it look like with fuzz? Oh yeah, okay. Because the fuzz makes it look way better, I feel. That pulls it together. Maybe just a dash less pink, a little more blue, and we're good. Maybe just a tad more black too. Yeah. Okay. I think we've cooked. If we can adjust the pants, make them a different color, see what works. Is there a color that works better? No, honestly, it was good where it was at. Although maybe we could make it match the blue on the shirt a little bit. It's looking pretty good to me. Kind of looks like she has a belt since it's form-fitting, yeah. Alright, let's flare it out now. Go back to this view. Get rid of all that fuzz so I don't lag. Alright. And then what we're gonna have to do is, hold on, let's not do everything. Alright, and then scale along the Z. Or not along the Z, whatever it is. That's not Oh, that's... I don't want to do that. Hold on. Median point. There we go. Okay. And then we tuck this in just a little bit. And then maybe we can select... That's not what I wanted to do. We select every other one of these. And then can I just shift... Control... No. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Alright, I guess I have to select these manually. I thought there was an option to just repeat. Is it Alt R? Nope. Let's see if this looks good firstly. Nope. Okay, that gives it a little bit of like a tassel look. I think Belle would crash into you and take out a few kids along the way. That's fair. Would you go to a roller rink with an animatronic that actual roller skate like Belle? Yeah, that seems like a recipe for disaster, if I'm being honest. Feels like it would crash and burn, literally. Maybe we go all the way up. Alright, this is looking pretty decent. I have a vision. And we'll just see what it looks like on the front first. I think it's one more to the left. One more. And then two more. I don't know why that polygon there is freaking out. I'll probably have to fix that. Boom. And then boom. Alright, let's see how this ends up looking. Okay. That's more of something. Crash and burn sounds like it's giving us. Jeez, why can't I read? Crash and burn sounds like it's giving a sign to light Belle on fire. Yeah, that's true. It could literally crash and burn. I think that works. It needs to be a little longer, though, if I'm being honest. Let's undo that, and then maybe flare it in a bit more, just to make it more frilly. Then we go to the top here. Oh wait, we need to do the back too. Hold on, before I do that. 2, 3... 4, 5. Alright. I swear there's a repeat function, but I forgot what it was. So manual will work. Alright, cool. Now we scale it down. Decent bit. Grab this, scale it not along the Z. Hold on. Smooth. Why isn't this working? Okay, there we go. And then we just grab those bits, bring them down, maybe scale it in. No. Maybe scale this in. Okay, there we go. And then this comes out just a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's already looking more like something. Brain, heart, lungs, yummy. What, are you all becoming cannibals in chat? What's happening? I look away for 2 seconds, and it's complete anarchy. Lung, brain, eye, heart. I'll just trust that you're not being cannibals. You know, actually, trust is a strong word. I'll pray that you're not becoming cannibals. Because I don't trust that you're not becoming cannibals. But I can hope. Alright. I think that solves a decent bit of our problem. Now we gotta do wrists, which is going to for sure be way harder. Unless... Perfect. No, hold on. Also, is this symmetrized? Whatever. I'll do it on both sides, manually, the old-fashioned way. Oh, I'm number 1? Hell yeah, top of the leaderboard. Alt-S, and then Alt-S just this. And maybe we, like, bring it all down just a little bit. And then we symmetrize. Where's okay, you know what? Mesh. Symmetrize! And did symmetrize create issues? Let's see, hold on. Because it loves to just create double vertices for no reason, so I need to check. Oh, wait, it symmetrized on the wrong axis. Hold on. That's not how I wanted it to work. It just made the front also the back. Alright. Minus plus y to... No. Minus y to plus y. There we go. Okay, now did it create double vertices? Not on the front. And not on the back. It's probably the first time that's happened ever when I've used that feature. Hello, critter guy. Low-key, it'd be cool if we had a medieval-themed restaurant. I could vibe with that. Alright, let's maybe frill these. Although I could see an argument that it makes more sense to just leave these unfrilled, but we'll see. Frill, no. Frill. Frill and chill. What is that on? Alright, it's on this one. It's looking good. Alright, now sharp. Alright, cool. It's looking good. Select. Yeah, select inner. My dog just got up, woke up from a nap. You love to see it. Alt S? Maybe just S. Okay. And then symmetrize. Beautiful. Look at that. That's groovy. I'm feeling it. I just look over and I just read drugs. I don't know the context, but that's all I see. How's your day, guys, in Megla? It's pretty good. I'm doing alright. I'm gonna test if it still calls sharks dolphins. Apparently I almost just called the shark dolphins, so maybe it's... I think it's brainwashing us. The only thing that can stop Belle is tripping over a small rock. Yeah, just... If you're being chased by Belle, we're gonna give her roller skates. You just need to, like, throw down some, like, pocket gravel, and you're basically safe. It's too easy. Alright, this is looking pretty decent. Oh. I didn't even call it that time. What even happened? Hold on. OBS. Yeah, just blanked it. Oh, I forgot to type. Damn. Well, rest in peace. I guess we'll never know. I'll give it a heart to compensate. Alright. Let's see. Just knock over a chair, voila, yeah. Just throw down any, you know how, what do you call it? You know those, what's that sport called? Where they, like, throw the stuff on the ice and they gotta, like, brush it back and forth to make it super smooth? You basically just gotta do that in front of her and then she'll accelerate to, like, 200 miles an hour. She's a ghost bat, yeah. I gotta eat, I'll be back. Alright. We'll see you shortly, Cryphobia. Have you guys heard the new YouTube thing that can see your camera and stuff? I hate it. Yeah, I just, as a general rule of safety for all my time on the internet, I've just kept my camera unplugged. I don't even bother. And if I can't unplug it, I just tape over it. It's not even really that huge of a safety concern, I feel. It's just like, I just don't like it. I don't want somebody to be able to just see me if they so choose. Alt S, maybe flare out. There we go. That's a little better. Then we flare this in. Just to get that perfect taper. Giving her the low taper fade. So tell me about this belle. She's a bat, and she's disco as hell. And also she's a little shredded, and we gotta shred her up at some point. So that's about what we know. Maybe honestly, because I think we have a good shape going here. I'm gonna test out the side thingy that I was talking about, and if that can look good, then we'll go with it, and if not, we'll just deal with what we have. Can I just... no. Yes. No. Can I symmetrize? Mesh. Symmetrize. Ooh. Okay. That seems like it worked. Did it? It kind of might not have worked there. Hold on. Gonna have to do a little bit of cleaning up. Merge. At center. I guess that last would work better. Okay. I guess that just means this one sucks. We'll delete it, it's alright. Alright. Where do the issues crop up? There's gotta be issues. Yup, there's one right there. Okay, that could probably be solved pretty easily, but it worked out pretty great, actually. That rarely happens. Alright, mesh. Merge by distance. Let's change this to like 2. Okay, 1 was removed. Maybe 0.25. 2 were removed. Alright, that should be it then. No, really, this isn't... okay, whatever, I'll just do it myself. When in doubt. At center. At center. At center. Okay. And that does it? Yep, that does it. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Fangs look like they could bite through Fredbear in 1983. Yeah. They are vicious. Alright. Let's get these side bits moving a little better. Tear it upwards. Okay. How does it look? I do like the general shape that it gives. I don't like what it's doing with the mask, though. So let's bring the mask back in. And from here, it's alright. And then we just smooth it out. Here's the, there we go. Let's do that. And grab it, and we smooth it until it looks nice and wonderful. And it ain't half bad. It adds to it. Who's this little guy? It's a gal named Beth. This will actually give us an opportunity to kind of fix this up a bit. How does this look in the... Okay. So then this, maybe we... How do we fix this? Because I don't want it to be the way that it is. Maybe X? Scale on the Y? I don't know. I know. Hold on. Go all the way up along this loop. Oh, I could just select the loop. Yeah, there we go. Let's delete it. And then try again. Or can I, yeah, I can select this whole loop. All right, cool, cool, cool. That's good then. Nope. Merge vertices by distance. And let's just kind of, whoa. That's not entirely what I wanted to happen. Huh. Okay, maybe this isn't the move. We'll leave it then, and then we'll just scale this bit up a little bit. Grab these. Scale them down. Okay, yeah. That makes it work out a little bit better. And then we bring this here. A lot of tweaking. But, okay, that's not at all correct. Hold on, what's going on there? What is this? What the hell am I looking at? Okay, that looks a little bit better. Not great, but a little bit better. And that's all you need. All right, cool. And then we can make the outer edge here also be the mask. All right, cool. Now it's looking proper-ish. It's looking better anyway. Hi, what did I miss? I've been dethroned. Yeah, you got dethroned, and also we added side bits. That was about it. What else did we do? We brought this down a little bit. I don't think we need this neck floof or thing now anymore. Or maybe, honestly, I'm still not going to delete it. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see. Alright, and then let's adjust this mask bit, because it is a little rough right now. Smooth it out. There we go. That's looking more like it was intentional and less like it was made in a 3D program. Okay, there we go. That looks better. It really does look like a mask. The head looks very bat. True. I agree with it. This looks more like a character now. I can see the characteristics. Alright, let's save it. Still don't know how I feel about this neck thing. Maybe we change the color on it. Hold on. Make it like a pink. Or blue. Blue's better. Okay, yeah, that's more cohesive. I think it's the edge of the rubber. What is the edge of the rubber? Actually, hold on. What if I... Because we always need to add at the end a subdivision. There we go. Hide, show, hide. Maybe later, actually. Gotta go. Alright, see you later, critter guy. Shading. Could possibly make the mask look a little better if we do a funny ambient occlusion. A mix color. Color. Lovely. We just make this second one black, and we make the factor based on ambient occlusion. I guess inside. And we only local. Color ramp. And then we can just invert it. This ain't working. Why ain't it working? Alright, well that's not doing what I would hope it would do, but maybe if we just set it to AO. No. Alright, that's not working. Berry sauce, awesome. It's Vsauce. Michael here. Alright, hold on, wait a minute. That's... Why is that acting funky? Why is your nose weird? Let's expand this. And fix it. Why is it not mirroring? Okay, I'll just have to mirror select then. It doesn't want to act the way it's supposed to. Alright, smooth that out just a little bit more. Still even more so. Alright, there we go. It's looking better. I think the rubber face shape is what makes it off, but the mouth might fix it. It's true. Maybe if we bring it forward a bit. Select. Bring it in. And we'll just bring it down. I need to select all of it. Hold on. Let me bring that alone down. Why is it not mirror select? I don't... Okay, hold on. Apparently at some point it stopped being symmetrical. I don't know how that keeps happening always in Blender all the time, but we'll fix it by forcing it. Plus Y? No. Minus Y. Alright, did it break it again? It didn't. Okay, good. It behaved. It's very diva looking, yeah. I can agree with that. Alright. Let's do a little bit of jaw adjusting. It's very placeholder right now, but I want to get it sorted. That's... why is it... Hold on. Set origin to geometry. Okay. It's what do I active. There we go. Okay, let me bring it back just a tad. And then edit it. And bring this back. Just so it fits a little smoother. Bring these back. All right. Let's see, maybe if it curves a bit more. Yeah, that looks good. Although the top bit there is a little wonky. Fix. I was thinking maybe it looked better before. Yeah, no, this looks fine. Alright. We'll make a few adjustments, then I think we'll be on our way. First of all, let's make the teeth dirty. She'll look more threatening once her face starts melting, yeah. Color... No, noise. Not... What? Income? I don't know what that even means. Noise! Then we get a color ramp. I make this a little, not perfect white, but just a little slightly yellowish. Make more detailed. Okay. A little better. Now we gotta change the gums for sure. Make it a little less rough. Alright. Radical-tastic. That's true. Alright. Definitely need to apply some paint to this nose. Let's bake to a texture. Image texture. New. Bat face texture. And then we turn that into like, or no, we can just multiply it. Hold on. Multiply by 4. I only work with 4K textures. Alright, and then I need to like save it. Hold on. I'm gonna hide my screen in case there's any spoilers for the next video, so that I can save it. Texture, image, bat face, enjoy the void for a moment, save as, textures, bat face, there we go. Alright, we're back. Okay. Shading, let's go to here. Bake, not normals. Color. How do I bake color? I guess just combined, we'll bake to that. Bake it. Give it a little hot second. My textures are currently baking in the oven. Be patient. I must say Bill has excellent teeth and gum health. Yeah, these are very red though, which, you know, it's a serious case of gingivitis, but you know, other than that, she's working out great. That's not at all what I told you to bake, Blender. You goddamn lie. What happened? Hold on. Lighting, direct and indirect. No. Combined, let's just make it diffuse and bake. Will this do it? Making map saved into internal image, saved external. Why? It's not working. Diffuse ambient occlusion mod, UV roughness. Wait, do I have a UV even made for this face? That's probably what it is, isn't it? Yeah, there's no UV for this. Okay, hold on. That was a me issue. That's what we in the industry like to refer to as a skill issue. Gotta unwrap. Otherwise, Blender's just like, what the hell are you feeding me? Alright, there we go. And then we can split it down the middle. Nope. All the way down the middle. And then from eye to eye. There we go. And just mark those seams. Press L to grab it and minimum stretch. Okay. Melt her face, melt her face, melt her face. Wonder how the hell Fawn prefers its Pop-Tarts. It might just eat them raw, but I don't know. This is very important. Yeah. I feel like it's very much a forager, a scrounger. What some might refer to as a gremlin. Alright. You know what they say. Third time's the charm. Is it the third time? It's spiritually the third time. Third time's the charm. This is some somber music. Let's skip. Yeah, there we go. This is more the vibe. Oh! Well, a texture baked this time. It's not the texture I put in at all, so it's still lying to me, but we're making progress. Oh, maybe I have to turn back on the lights. That's probably... Hold on. Let's give this one more try, and should work this time. I believe. And okay, it's taking its time. I'll take this. How are we doing in chat? Take this moment to reflect. We're doing all right. This texture is really taking its time. I guess it's probably baking more than absolutely zero data, so that probably explains it. Yeah, glad to hear it. This is the fun part of 3D modeling. Sometimes you just gotta wait. Alright, there we go. That looks a lot more like a texture. I don't know why it's got... I don't like the way that looks. I'm gonna get that off my screen. That's a weird flesh thing, but I'm just gonna try and plug that image in and see if it works. It still doesn't work. Is it? Hold on. What is this? What is happening here? Why is it like this? Okay, it's working here. Do I just have to reload? What the frick? What do we mean? Oh, hold on. Texture paint. Image. No. The mask. Bat face texture. I really don't like the way that looks. Let's save. Maybe that'll do it. Okay, there we go. That does it. It's a little odd. Alrighty, what Legends Bell? Yeah. Here, let's... Hold on. Why did... Okay, there we go. Now we should be able to texture paint directly on this, and it should work. Oh. What happened? Why didn't it... Oh no, I don't want starry shirt. This goddamn program sometimes, I swear. Alright, there we go. That's not correct looking, but at least it worked. Radius, bring the strength down. There we go. Let's just start airbrushing that in a little bit. And I can smooth it out. Oh boy, it's lagging. Is this working? I don't think that was working. Hold on. Undo, undo, undo. Undo, 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 undo. Bring it all the way back. Okay, there we go. Because I think I have an actual, yeah, paint soft. That'll work a lot better. Bring this, no, no. Alright, bring the strength down. There we go. That's gonna just mix better by default. There we go. Lovely. Nice, giving it a good painted look. This is what really brings it to life. Especially if you paint around the, like, cracks and stuff. Lovely. Give a little more paint there, just a little bit more there. Definitely more at the jaw. By quite a bit. Lovely. Alright, yeah, that's adding character. There's a saying in 3D work, and it's imperfection is the digital perfection. Lovely, and then we just sink in the eyes a little bit. And from there we can add some more proper dirt to it. Let's have these come up the side a bit just to define the cheekbones a little more. There we go. That looks good. I'll just say it. Looking pretty good. I'm back. Welcome back, Shadow. Bye, guys. Oh, bye, Goofy. One comes back, one leaves. Thus is the way of things. We're gonna have some bumps here, so I'm just gonna paint a little bit to make it look not so bad. Alright, now we need to make it not symmetrical, because the symmetry is gonna make it look not so real. So maybe we have the left nose paint come down a little bit more than the right. We'll just add a couple splotches here and there to make it a little less symmetrical. We'll smoothen this out. Maybe add just some white. What is the white? Don't know, but we'll add it. Made some doodles? Hell yeah. I have the question for Megla. Hit me with it. Made a fan game. I'm looking for testers. Hell yeah. Sounds awesome. Okay, hold on. Let's bring this back to, like, there we go, because this looks not quite as good to me. We're gonna add bumpy bits after. I don't think I typed that. Typed what? Welcome back, mine. Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is pretty bad, yeah. Feeling pretty bat-coated right now. Alright, and then we add edges to the mask at the top and sides and stuff. Get it nice and dirty looking. Lovely. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the modeling process, just because it's like you can see it kind of come to life as a character in real time. Like, this looks awesome. I'm already a big fan of it. It's just the mask. Imagine how it's going to look for the whole character. Let's get a couple more edges weathered down. Lovely. And I think once we get up top here, that will about do it for the mask texture. There we go. Now it's proper actual mask. Looking pretty good. Let's see how it looks in the lighting. Shading. Oh, hell yeah. That's the good stuff. This is unburnt Bell. Yeah, it's just abandoned, grimy Bell. Not quite burnt. Maybe we'll add a little bit more there. We'll save that. This is still a very unfortunate way for a texture to look, but we'll leave it there. What is going on here? Oh, these are the brows. Oh, wait, okay. It really added more detail than I thought it would then. It captured, like, everything. Okay, that's interesting. I learned something new about how texture baking works today. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Let's actually, because I can just test what it looks like when we goopify here. Let's see what it looks like if we just do a little bit of simulated melting real quick. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the changes, but we'll see for sure. Grab random cloth. All right, watch this. And then we just start grabbing and pulling down. Alright, how's this look? Honestly, actually, wait, hold on. Now, hold on just a minute. That's actually something. It's interesting. Here, we'll leave it normal for now, just to have the base shape. But I can add shape keys and then make that like its own shape key so that she can look melted, if I so choose. All right, it's looking pretty good. Where'd the DJ part go? There's a DJ part. Going with a disco bat. All right, we need to dirty up this metal. It's looking too pristine. There was originally? I don't recall that. I recall disco. I don't recall DJ. Alright, noise, texture, color, roughness, color ramp. Make it object. Make this less 100% clear, make this less 100% opaque. Alright, that makes it a little more real. Bump. Voronoi. Lovely. Fun fact, the giant golden-crowned flying fox is the largest bat in the world. It's an epidemic in the Philippines. These bats can have a wingspan of over 5 feet and weigh up to 3 pounds. Good lord. According to the Google AI. Oh, gotcha. We're getting some real bat vibes in here. Yeah. Everybody just, you know, come on in, kick off your shoes, you know, hang from a ceiling if you want to. Seems Seems like it's bat vibes right now. Okay, let's make these cracks. Distance to edge. Oh, no. Color ramp. Wait, wrong order. Hold on. Gotta practice a little bit of PEMDAS here. Alright. Bring this down. Yes. And filter that by object. And scale it down. Lovely. Looking a little shattered. 0.1. Maybe 0.01. Okay, maybe 0.001. Just gotta keep adding zeros until it looks proper. Okay. So maybe this is 0.0025. There we go. Gang, it's easy to hang from the ceiling? Yeah. You just, like, do it. My dog keeps smacking me. Damn. The disrespect. Alright. It looks pretty decent. Now we gotta add this factor to the color. We'll make its own color ramp. Copy. Paste. And add. And let's not make this gray. Let's make it just like a generally slightly dirtier color. Or no, because we don't want to make that one dirty. We want to make this one dirty. Bring it down. Make it a little more... Also, just make it slightly more desaturated. There we go. Because then that kind of looks like it's slightly chipped metal. Looks good, looks good. By the way, her name is Maggie. Hell yeah. W Maggie. Michael, could you teach me how to hang from the ceiling? Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna like... Here, I can actually demonstrate in Blender. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna simply... let's get rid of these. We don't need these right now. Okay. Move this over here. You take your body and you just fully... if we go medium point, you just do one of these, and then you forget about gravity for a minute until you can do that, and then you're on the ceiling. You kind of just stay there. That's usually how I do it, but you know, that's just me. Okay. Jacket's looking pretty good shading wise, so I don't think we need to change the shading on it. We do need to adjust how ripped it is, though. Yes, I love doing R plus Y plus 180. Yeah, that's pretty much the move. Simply rotate 180 degrees and forget what gravity's called. What can I hang off of? A prayer. That'll usually do it. Alright, let's shred this up a little bit now. But what kind of shredding pattern do we want? Just kind of go for it. Let's see what this looks like. Pretty bad. Maybe we do it a little bit less and we do it a little bit smaller. Okay, something like that, maybe. There we go. There. We just shred up an arm a bit. Okay. Delete. And then select boundary loop. And then we just loose it up a couple times. And smooth, or maybe we take it down actually just by one. And then smooth it. How's that look? That don't look too bad. Looks pretty all right. I'll scale it a bit. And I wonder, hold on, if we just make this, what you call it? A collision. And then we just make this a cloth. And then we cache it and just kind of see what happens. Hold on. Oh. Why is it lagging? What's happening here? Why can't I select this? That's not what I wanted to select. Do I need to select it in... What is happening? Oh. Okay, I guess this just is behaving strangely for some reason. Let's hide the particles. Oh. That's probably why. Okay, understood. Particles after cloth. And let's just hide the particles for now. Physics. Alright. Collisions. Let's make the quality 5 just so it doesn't freak out and bring the distance down to like... Oh. Let's make it real tiny. And we'll bake real quick. Alright. Dang, that's a lot of fun. Yeah, it would be a little troubling to do cloth physics and then on top of the cloth physics hundreds of thousands of fur particles, so we're gonna hide those for now and just let it do one thing at a time. There's unmatched geometry. What do you mean? Explain. Now we're just trying to physics sim it to unattached. Oh, well, I mean, we can delete that once we're done. Okay, the physics sim can stop there. We don't need to go any further. Wow. Okay, looking pretty decent. Yeah, hold on, let's just delete that. Delete. Never mind, we have to rebake. Okay, hold on. Although, actually, honestly, I think this is probably good because I also need to add collision here and here. We'll rebake that. Bake it. Probably gonna leave some by. Alright, see you later, Shadow. Oh my god. What if it's all a dream? So true. Anchor. I think the shirt needs connective strands where it didn't fully tear. True. That's very true. Alright. The bake's almost done. Referencing my torn blanket. Torn blanket reference? Is that the tear of 87? The real Meglas, the friends we made along the way. Yeah, I'm a concept. Alright. Let's see how this looks. Pretty alright. Let's see how it looks rendered. Also pretty alright. Let's see how it looks with fuzz. Please don't crash. Also pretty alright, not gonna lie. It's a pretty full house. Let's get rid of that. It's looking pretty good. I would have to tear up what's underneath it too, but it ain't bad. A text message. Oh my god, 70 text messages. What do they say? Spaghetti. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I now suddenly have spaghetti promised, but I have to stream. And I kind of want to eat spaghetti. But we'll keep going. I'm also in a creative groove. Nothing can throw off my groove. Alright, let's... Whoa. We don't need to be in render view right now. Let's get out of there. We don't need collisions anymore, but we can just apply cloth sim, leave it as is. That looks alright. This doesn't need collision. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That's attached on the back, so that's good. We got some nice little stranding here, which you love to see. Everyone's fake. Yeah, didn't you know? The internet's full of nobody people. Isn't it funny how like that used to be a theory back in the day where it's like, oh, what if the internet's just, it's all fake and there's not actually any people and you're not talking to anybody and it's like all a government whatever experiment. And then AI got invented and now it's kind of like actually true that there actually very well could be just no person on the other end of whoever you're talking to online. Crazy how that happened. Went from conspiracy to just straight up true. The dead internet theory? Yeah. It's at least 50% dead now. Provably. Wake up? Yeah. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Okay, let's tear up the underlying cloth just a little bit. Just enough to look decent. Not a crazy amount. I don't want too much tearing. I want most of it to be done from the cloth. Boom. Okay. Delete. Lovely. And then we'll select from here. Loop. Inner. That's everything. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. Here, let's hide this. Where's the funny loop? There we go. Select. It. No, not boundary. God damn it. Loops. Inner. There we go. And then we invert. And now we're cooking with gas. Select. Boundary. And then we can get rid of that. And then increase it by like 2. Are there any floaty bits? There's one there, but I'll cull it in a second. Let me just smooth these out just a little bit. Just a lot of bit. Alright, where did this one... It's a tiny little flake now. Hold on. Goodbye, flake. Deleted. Alright, and then we get this back, and that looks properly torn. I'm gonna need to model internals, but that's okay. This is all for practice. Am I AI? Yeah, I'm sorry to actually tell you this, Crypho, but you're an AI. You actually are an advanced version of ChatGPT. I'm always here, it makes sense, yeah. Plus you have an affinity for gambling, which I'm assuming AIs would be much, much better at gambling. Why do they look like Tinky Winky without the shirt? That's actually... Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. Close enough. Welcome back, Slendy Tubbies. It's actually very true. God, you remember Slendy Tubbies? I remember when that was like peak, but it was Like, it was very much objectively not, if you actually think about it. I think it's the purple color. Yeah, it's like 90% the purple color and the face mask color. That's what it is. Alright, let's add some tears in these wings. Lovely. No, didn't want to do that. I want this one to stay a little bit connected, and this one just fully blasted out. Okay, how does this look? Maybe we get rid of that. Alright, cool. Tear it up. Select boundaries. Select on lines. We should probably not be in rendered view for this, just because it will explode my PC. We go ahead and deselect those. Deselect those. And those. Alright, it's looking good. Now we gotta do the same over here. And lovely. And then we increase it by probably just 1 here, and that'll be fine. We smooth it out. Lovely. We can improve it by 1 more. Lovely. Oh yeah. It's looking good. Looking like a properly shredded animatronic. Megley, you need to feed us more streams. That's true. I also for sure need to stock you guys up on streams in general, just because I'm going to be getting my second pair of wisdom teeth removed here soon, so there will be a deficit. I'm evil cackling right now. Yeah. Has Megla played Slendy Tubbies? Might be a stream idea. Yeah, I haven't played it honestly ever. I think I just watched YouTubers play it back in the day. That would be a move to play Slendy Tubbies. Do we crack that? There's not a lot of geometry here. I'd have to subdivide it. We're only at 27,000 faces. Actually, that's not, for where I thought we were at, that's not bad. Bell looking kind of cute, TBH. Yeah, it's kind of starting to all come together. Maybe, hold on. I have an idea. Why? Oh, I thought the animation was playing for a second. I was like, why is it doing that? Yeah, maybe we just delete some bits and pieces here. We can keep the back because I want to have some contrast when lighting. Let me grab those. We just delete. Oh yeah, these are one moment. These are being quirky. Delete that right now. Yeah, we just do a little bit of scars. Face kind of looks like it stole someone's Leatherface style, in my opinion. That, honestly, probably a good thing for a horror character. Nah, I think that's too much scar. Oh. I do want some withering, though, maybe. Let's see. Is it possible to do scarring here that looks good? Maybe we just leave it. The head can stay somewhat intact. We already are missing an entire lower jaw, so honestly that's probably enough, if I'm being honest. And we got some holes in the cheeks and stuff. I think it's fine. I know, but if anyone saw this, they would think it's a dude. Have you seen the other girls in this series? Fair? Yeah. That's the thing. Here at Megalo Official, we tear down gender norms. Anyone can be whatever they want to be. Yeah, just y'all wait until I make the Lady Dimitrescu style super tall lady. Y'all are gonna lose your mind. It's coming in the next update. Delete. Nah. Again, I think maybe we just keep that intact. I think a lot of this is generally pretty much how it should be. It's looking pretty good. Now we gotta do internals, which is gonna be rough. Okay. Let's see. Is there any more placeholder stuff that I can mess about with? I say leg materials done. Shirt's done. Body's done. Wings are done. Face is done. Eyes. Eyes need to change. Can't wait for you to light Belle on fire so we can have a smoldering hot animatronic. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see if... I don't know if I'm going to commit this change. Probably not, but I want to see what I can do to make it look like she's just on fire. Straight up. Hold on. Give it a quick cheeky save so I can revert. Bring this back. And then add noise texture. Factor. Let's bring this to emission. Strength. Color ramp. Okay. Let's make this orange. Multiply. Multiply it by like 10. Nice. Scale, let's change to object. Bring this detail up. Bring the scale way down. Lovely. She's on fire. Also, number 1, the XP updated. Hell yeah. Molten dolly time. Yeah. Maybe I make it a little more red. She's got hell energy. I think Belle should get a lazy eye since I doubt her eye would work after burning. That's true. Alright, let's get rid of this whole smolder setup. Layout. We need to apply mirror. Beautiful. Hold on. Let's do it on the y-axis and then on the z-axis. Lovely. And then maybe we just delete the eyelids on this part. Nice. I can draw properly on fire Belle. I've improved my digital art. Hell yeah. Go forth. Let's shave. I was thinking more closed eyelid. It's true. Hold on. Why? No. Why is it behaving like this? Let's... Yeah, wait, hold on. Maybe object mode. Separate. Selection. Separate selection. Separate by loose parts. Yeah, that was actually way better. All right. Should join these or no? Set origin to geometry. Snap cursor to selected, and then set origin to 3D cursor. There we go. And we do the same for this. 3D cursor. And we make it all slanty and weird looking. Alright, how's that look rendered? That works. Although maybe we should change this to be like that. There we go. Lovely. We're gonna have to texture it, but that looks pretty good. I'll draw a burnt bell when stream ends, like a little thing. Alright, sounds good. Let's save. I think working on the eye will be the next move. We go to shading. Alright. Now, we shouldn't have several materials for this. We should probably just have one eye texture. Add image texture. Color. New, we'll make this one 2K. I don't think it needs to be 4K. Batty eyes. And we'll make it white by default. Texture paint. That's not what I wanted to do. Not bat face texture, batty eyes. Alright, lovely. Strength up. And we'll make this hard, not line, hard paint. We need, what do you call it? God, one. To view wireframe. I don't want to paint it very lightly. I want to max it out. There we go. We need it bigger. Make it bigger. That doesn't feel very painted hard. Hold on. Not stroke. Fall off. Flat. There we go. Make it look really light, like the paint is fading. I think that would help make it look old. That's true. Let's draw it first, just so we have it set up proper. Instead of white, we want yellow. And then bring it back to black at the center. How does it look with no wireframe? Oh yeah, we need to fill in the bottom bit black or else it's gonna look weird. Because of how textures work. Alright, it's close enough. Looks pretty alright. I think honestly we could probably do a little better. Let's do soft paint. Copy this color. Make it a little more faded. And let's make this light. Just for a little variation in the iris. Haven't we already listened to this song? I hate Shuckle. There we go. A little lighter. Just for the center bit, and then no saturation around here. And then we'll do black. No. And then for straight up, the iris. There we go. Gives it a little more flavor. And then we need to color over it with a bit of grime. Bit of cloudy grime. We're gonna give her some light cataracts. Make them slightly yellowish. Make the saturation lighter. Beautiful. And then we make it more dirty. Paint hard again, but we'll make it lower strength. And we'll do black. It's looking good. And then we'll just paint this a little bit. There we go. A little bit more dirt. Just make it look like it's not artificial. Or, I guess, more artificial. Layout. We need to hide the eyes. Actually, that's looking good. I like that. It's good! Image. Hold on. The OBS. Hide it once again to avoid potential possible accidental spoilers. Alright, baddie eyes, save, cool. Object, hide, hide, and go back to, what happened to texture paint? Oh, there it is, texture paint. We'll make the backs just dirty as can be. Very smudgy. You're never really going to see these, but might as well paint them. Use the extra texture space. Lovely. Loki got the highest amount of XP. Hell yeah. Where did Belle's jaw go? It was lost in the bite of 87. The Magnum Trust immediately came back. That's crazy. The comeback king. Why is this like this? I want. Is it viewed later? Yeah, there we go. Spheres, hide them. Whoa. Maybe don't, actually. That's an interesting looking eye. I don't like that lazy one. Not at the moment, anyway. I wanted lids. Give me back the lids. Alright, there we go. And I'll paint artificially the dirt. with the lids. Alright, nice. Then we can go back to here, apply it to the lazy eye too. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Lovely. This is a little more old and worn down looking. It'll be a while, but I'll return. Yeah, gotta grind. Rise and grind. Whoa, a lot has been done. This is awesome. Hell yeah. We've added character and depth and feel. What happened to her that got her that dirty? What specifically? So man, you'd be surprised how dirty things get being left in abandoned buildings for a long enough time. Eventually you get some rats. They like hair. They just eat it. So they probably tore up all this. Used it for nests and stuff. You never know. Wasn't she freaky? Probably that too. I love the withering on her. Yeah, it really gives her character, yeah. Imperfection is the digital perfection. I'll say it a million times, and it'll keep being true. Alright, how do we... You might want to make this a little bumpy. Bump! Normal. Noise! Bring on the noise! Factor. Height. Bring it up. Scale it. Give some detail. Let's make it a little less rough. A little more plasticky. Bring it down to 05. Nope, 025. That looks like some good plastic right there. Belle lost her sunglasses and got fired. The shades were everything. Tragic, really, yeah. It is a tragedy. Alright, this is looking pretty good, not gonna lie. We're in a pretty good state. No wonder she started her villain arc. Yeah. Wood-fired pizza. How's pizza gonna find a job now? Alright, let's save it. Well, now what? What do we even change about this? Maybe we do some cloth physics? Hold on. Alright, cool. There we go. Edges. Grab the top edge and the bottom edge, and actually, I don't think we want physics for this. This will just stay as is for now, because I'm gonna have to bind it to the hands too, probably, which will be a little annoying. Maybe some withering can be done to the collar. That's true. Probably just on the edges, though. Just some light withers. Delete. Select. Nope, I don't want to swap my system to the Japanese keyboard. Alright. Select. Inner region. Select. Boundary loop. Get rid of that. Nope. Boom. And then from there, we do +1. Smooth it out a little bit. It needs more tears. More tears! Yeah, something like the center. Alright, there we go. And then from there, we select. Mesh. No, select. inner, and then we invert, and then we select loop's boundary, and then we get rid of those side selections. Then plus, it's coming together. It's happening. Lovely. Maybe not this square. Or honestly, maybe we just delete that square. Yeah, that's the move. Deleted. Goodbye, banned. Alright. Belle, like her inner torso, is on fire and it burnt out through her mouth before it was extinguished. Yummy lore? Hell yeah. Did her family abandon her on account of being too disco in a family of bats? That's honestly valid. Well, I mean, not valid, but that makes sense. Yeah, the fact the color isn't damaged, but her wings are, really stands out to me, and it's not, and not in a good way, so yeah, glad to see you've taken my suggestion. Yeah, for sure. Maybe, I have an idea. Sculpting cloth physics, we grab it and yank it around until it looks wrinkly. We just grab and we twist it and we pull it. Oh, not that far. But, oh, well, that's not quite what I wanted. Let's bring it down. Grab. Down. Maybe we turn it around a bit. How does that look? Looks a little strange. And like physics are not applying to it. Hold on. There's a version of this that works. Trust. Never mind. She smells like burnt rubber. Yeah, probably. Probably burnt rubber and hair. Just tear this down just a little bit. It's a little more reasonable. It's really the tip here that's throwing me off. Because it points up even though the rest of it points down. And that's not how it should be. Come down. Maybe that'll work. That works a little bit. Alright, that's good. That's the good stuff. Alright, what else do we need to do before endoing? We can estimate and predict, yeah. I think honestly it's looking about as good as it's gonna look. Minus the fact that it needs an endo and feet and all that jazz. Yeah, I mean, it looks good to me. How long have we streamed? Almost 2 hours. That's about stream length. I can't think of anything to suggest before the endo part. Yeah. Endoskeleton time? Possibly we do endo next stream. We've about reached 2 hours. And that's usually about as long as I go for. Wait, yeah, what is it? We're just under 2 hours, so if we got another suggestion. Can we do something? What would we do? Hit me with it. I don't know how to link it though. What is it? Let me know what it is. And I'll search. I think YouTube like deletes links in chat now. Fan game? Oh, okay. Well, what would I look for? Give me something to Google. Would it be on your profile or? Have a look. It's on Scratch. Okay. Scratch. .mit.edu. static archives. Scratch. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for, to be honest. That might be something that you'd have to link on like a Twitter post or on your YouTube page somewhere. Can see your screen so you click the right one. I'm not even seeing like any links that correlate. Either way, we're close to the end of the stream right now anyway, so if I were to do that, it would probably be on another stream. But in between now and then, if you upload it to like a Twitter page or to your YouTube channel or something, that would probably come in handy for next time. And then we could take a look at it. Alright, for now, that's Belle. Oh wait, we didn't save a texture. Hold on. What did I not save? Texture. Image. Save. Did that do it? No. What didn't I save? Bat face? Maybe? Yeah, the bat face wasn't saved. Okay. So now if I save and I close. There we go. Cool. It works out. So far so good, man, and really good at that. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm excited to see what I've missed as I go through the recording of the stream. Yeah. Should be good. Alright. That's that for now. Hold on, let me check, because I think... Let me see when... Okay, so we got about another 2 streams, I think? No, we have 1 more stream. And then the week after next stream is when I get my teeth yanked out of my head. So I'm definitely not going to stream after that, but that means we got 1 more stream. I hope that we can finish the bat by then. But we'll see. By the way, this character is related to another... is this character related to another, like, the werewolf and the raven, or is... I'm assuming you mean, like, his own standalone thing. She's a standalone character. So she's just meant for stream. And not much else. Maybe I'll make, like, a scene build with her or something, like a cool roller skating rink vibe, but that'll be just, like, in my free time sort of thing. If I end up doing that. But yeah. Alright, well, that's gonna about do it. Where is my... That's Phantom Paint. Where's live? Okay, there we go. Yep. That'll about do it for now. I'll be back streaming again next week. Gonna be doing a lot of working on Mackenzie's this week in terms of animation now that I don't have to do so much modeling work, but other than that, it was a good stream. We'll get 1 more stream next Saturday, and then after that, taking a break to heal from, what do you call it? Wisdom teeth extraction, doing the second side. Managed to stay on the top. Hell yeah, the Penguin Man. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, peace.